joined on the Beauty Couch by Michael Dalamonte, editor at MontrealBlog.com. Welcome to the show.
Pleasure to be here, thank you.
We're going to be talking about some very memorable moments that happened in 2013 for the city of Montreal. Like we were talking about earlier in the show, for us, just the launch of breakfast television was a very special one, but for many Montrealers as well, I have to say. But there has been some moments in 2013 that affected people in the city. Let's start with Pastagate.
Yeah, Pastagate was a big one in the fact that it kind of seemed like an Onion article, like an Italian restaurant being reprimanded for using Italian on their menu.
Precisely.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of super strange, but I think it kind of resonated with a lot of people for the fact that, I don't know, it kind of pointed to how strict certain language laws have gotten.
But it also, this made international headlines.
Yeah, it was a big deal for sure.
It was a big deal, big stir around here as well. So what do you think was the reaction from the Montrealers when this came through?
I think it kind of surprised like Anglophone and Francophones alike, saying like, okay, we've maybe taken this too far.
What's
like,
going on here?
Yeah, exactly. Like I think there's like energy could be placed elsewhere if we're like reprimanding Buonanotte for putting pasta on their menu.
I know. I have to agree with you on that one. Okay, let's move on here. I think 2013 was a great thing. One that I love a lot is the food trucks during the summer.
Epic.
I think hopefully the experiment worked out very well and it's going to come back next year. But that was great for Montreal.
Yeah, exactly. After like a 60-year ban, we finally got like some food trucks back on the streets. And of course, you know, there's a lot more regulations. That people had good things to say, had bad things to say. But at the same time, I mean, when you can grab like a duck confit poutine in the corner of like Montreal, like it's a good thing for everybody.
Exactly. I think, you see, there it is.
Yeah, exactly.
The duck confit poutine right there. So hopefully this comes back next summer because it's one of my favorites. Some not so good news, the sinkhole on St. Catharines, that created quite the issue for people around there as well. Students.
Yeah, students, pedestrians, drivers alike. I mean, it's kind of one of those shocking things to see like a giant backhoe in the middle of the street.
Huge sinkhole, as we can see here.
Yeah, kind of crazy. And at the same time, kind of maybe pointed to the fact that like maybe construction in Montreal isn't on par with.
There's some work to be done.
Exactly.
Let's
Quite a
leave
bit.
it at that.
Yeah.
There's a bit of work to be done on the streets here. All right, tell me about Arcade Fire. They came out with an album, but then they decided to do a great surprise for some fans.
Yeah, exactly. Before I think even the album was even announced, they kind of did this secret show. And kind of really paying homage to a lot of like their hardcore fans, kind of like they did it solely through social media, and only about 100 people actually got to go in. Kind of cool aspect as well. I think they're still doing this. You had to be in kind of fancy dress to kind of get in as well.
Right.
So not only was it like semi-exclusive, but you had to be like look very, very good as well.
It's good. That might be a good-looking party.
Yeah,
hey,
exactly.
And quickly as well, Ramados reopened after a big fire. One of the signature restaurants on the plateau.
Yeah, and everyone went crazy for it. I think everyone was just jonesing for some Ramado's chicken. and then it came back and the city went nuts. And I'm sure a lot of people were kind of worried, like, is it going to come back and still be just as good?
Be the same.
But I like to say that it still has. I think they've gotten everything back to normal. It's still just as good as ever.
Well, Michael, Happy New Year. Thanks for coming today. And
of course, my pleasure.
We'll maybe see you next year for memorable moments of 2014.
I would be glad to come back. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Michael. All right, you guys, we'll be back right after the break here on Breakfast Television, only on CIT.